tell me I'm not wet my way and go, yeah. I'm in my zone, yeah, through this microphone. The way they looking at me like they seen a UFO.
It's week 2 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by...
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Steelers make their way out, led by their fourth-year quarterback, picked up in the offseason from the Chicago Bears, Justin Fields.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Here we go. We're good.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Fields now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the left sideline. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
A first carry now. This is Williams. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27. This defense for the Steelers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. You look at this Steeler defense.
They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. It's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Another catch for him there, and the numbers starting to stack up a bit. He's closing in already on a 100-yard game. We're still in the first half.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
On the give, it's Warren.
Ooh, with a juke. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Fields going to change things up here. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Fields. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Here we go. Got it.
From the gun, here's Fields. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Nick Benito coming in there to record the sack.
They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Call it a pickup of 7 on the ground. That trims it to a 3rd and 15 situation.
Here we go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. The Steelers' new punter for 2024, Corliss Waitman on to punt. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver.
And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Nix from the shotgun. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
To throw, here's Nix.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
At the 23-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover.
Let's go. 70 Timberwolves.
To throw is Nix. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims.
Will go down as a gain of 6. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix.
And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields.
Got his man. It's Warren. He's into space past the 25.
And all the way down to the 5. He got 29 yards that time.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Justin Fields
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Denver's offense ready to go again.
They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Throwing Nix. That's complete to Troutman right side.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
You look at this Steeler defense.
Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
That's good for Broncos. First down. Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Nix to the air. He'll find.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well.
Don't jump. Ready?
Following the fumble recovery, Fields.
He gets that to the longtime Charger. It's Mike Williams.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Mike Williams. It's a gain of 20. First down, Steelers.
Here we go.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. He's got this to Pickens.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
The production sensational here early on. That last catch going to put him up over 100 yards receiving already in this first half of play.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And in for the Steelers touchdown.
Darnell Washington
From 3 yards out.
and the Steelers take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Well, the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, it's Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Nix.
And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
George Pickens back out now with the rest of the offense.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And all the way down to the 39. And he's had a lot of success throwing the ball here early. You see by the numbers, he's already up over 200 yards passing.
Here we go. Go.
A handoff for Warren.
And he is going to lose yardage here. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Here we go.
At the 40-yard line.
21-0 our score after one. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
Here we go. Tonight.
Here's Warren. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Play action. It's Fields. That is caught, and he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You got a mini bases. Here we go, shot. Tonight.
Out of the gun, Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go. Easy. Johnson. Tonight.
Now it's Fields. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. Boswell's kick is good, and the route is on. It's 24-0. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively. Scoreboard, that's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. Thank you.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They run it again with Williams. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now it's Nix. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steelers offense and their running back Jalen Warren headed back onto the field. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Go.
Here's Fields. That is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Oh, look at the juke. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Nix. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
Here we go. Good.
Off play action, Fields.
Williams brings it in. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Here we go, Ty.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game.
Here we go, Ty. Ty.
Fields. Here's one deep for Pickens. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
They snap it to Fields.
Steps away to his left.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles come in. Remember, on 4th down, that becomes a dead ball if anyone other than the fumbler himself recovers. So it'll come back to the spot of the fumble, and that will mean that's going to wind up being a turnover on downs.
They try the left side here with Williams. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Nix. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Straight ahead, Estime.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Johnson goes in motion left.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep.
And different running back, same result as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
They'll try and throw. Here's Nix.
Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Lutz is good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And good starting field. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride the offense this go around.
And that's too tall for his receiver. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the Broncos are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Let's go now.
A first carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 2.
They'll hand it to Estime.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
They'll go again with Estime.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now Lutz for the field goal try. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Foul. Roughing a kicker. Defense.
And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And he's going to get forward for a couple before he is banged down hard at the end. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. To throw, here's Nix.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson.
And the Broncos are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Marvin Mims,
his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Lutz with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-10. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Steelers offense and quarterback Justin Fields heading back out there. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Here we go.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Now Fields.
That is caught. It's Williams. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go. All right.
Here's Fields. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Again, Fields.
And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Multiple defenders in there to bring him down as this quarter comes to an end. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come back and continue to throw the ball effectively.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On the handoff, McLaughlin.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Broncos first down.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Let's go now.
To throw is Nix.
And that is incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Taken in at the 11.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here we go. Good.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
EQ. Here we go.
On play action, Fields. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
West side, here we go.
A shotgun snap, Fields rolling to his left. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Here we go.
To throw is Fields.
Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Nix to the air. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Here's Riley Dixon now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he'll take it just outside the 40.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
Here we go. Chip Smith.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Fields.
Flushed out right. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down.
Here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Dancing to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Fields now to throw.
Going for it all. And this is going to be caught. No, they set.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. They're taking a peek at... So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. From the gun on third down, Fields. Man open left side, it's Williams. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line. Now it's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Here we go. I'm good.
On the give, it's Warren. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Warren, his first rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll be taken down right around the 27. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Throwing Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Nix. That's complete to Troutman right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Nix. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Here we go, son.
Play action. It's Fields.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Here we go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Here's Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Hey, Ken. Here we go. Out, let's go. Go.
Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And he's got this to Jefferson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. Out of the gun, Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Flush to his right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Fields. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33. From the gun, here's Fields. To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Being chased out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing again is Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jalen Warren. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Steelers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Denver's offense now set to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the...
Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Ready.
To throw, here's Nix. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The rookie from Oregon on target with that one. And leads to a first down.
Broncos, first and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Let's go now.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line.
45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
The man in motion left here, Johnson.
He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand.
Touchdown, Broncos! Deontay Johnson,
A 5-yard touchdown.
and the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And in the end, it was Deontay Johnson's touchdown catch to cap the drive.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Off play action, Fields.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Show a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line.
Now a run with Warren. And he'll work down inside the 45.
As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the lot.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And with that last throw, the record comes into focus as he has now gone over 500 passing yards in this game alone.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A handoff for Warren.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
And credit the tackle to Brandon Jones. Here's Fields. Complete. Jefferson the target.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On play action, Fields.
And that will be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Broncos are about set to go on offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now it's Nix. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in.
PlayStation